Hello, 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 everyone. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Hello, hello, hello. This is the first time I had to pull it up on my phone at the same time, y'all. Don't laugh at me. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Spread Those Cheeks for the Tea. No, we don't have a special guest tonight. I thought we did. I don't know where my dog went. But no, CeCe isn't here tonight just because we have the same setup from last night. But let's bring her in because she is here virtually. Hey,
Hey,
how you doing tonight?
I am doing well.
Good.
How are
So
you? How are you?
I'm good. I'm great. Ready to get into the tea. It's midnight over here in Chicago, so we already turned up. I'm sure y'all turned up. You in Cali, right?
Oh, I'm in Vegas right now, baby.
Oh, y'all definitely turned in Vegas. So, for those who may not know, let's give us an introduction. Tell us your name, who you are, where we might know you from, and those things like that. Hold on, I can't hear you. I still can't hear you. Wait, let me see if I take you off and then bring you back on. Hold on. Um, Say something now. I still can't hear you. Let me see. Is say your mic on? Maybe you gotta go out of the thing and then come back in. Technical difficulties, everyone, but we're coming together. Remember, we both turned, so. Okay, let's try to connect her again.
Is
Okay,
that
now
better?
it is. Yeah, much better.
All right, so it's your girl CC from South Central Baddies, the one they love to hate, period. And yeah, so let's get into it.
Yes, it's been so much going on. Okay, so
Too
we know
much.
only on like 2 episodes, but it's been so much social media drama going on. So we're gonna kick it off, and we're gonna start a little further back about you. How did you get into even wanting to be a part of South Central Bank?
See, my friend had sent me the little audition thing. And at first I'm like, hell no, I'm not gonna go on there with a whole bunch of females like from the city. No. And then my friend was like, nah, just make an audition. So I made one, and then they end up saying like, yeah, you could come through. And I'm like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
Okay,
But I already knew I was gonna be most hated, most loved, all of that mixed into one because I'm just who I am. That's just who I am.
right. So how long after you sent in your audition tape did they contact you back?
I sent them my audition tape. I had a few replies. So I would say like within a week or two, they like hit me back. I ended up going live with Special K, and at first she was skeptical because she like this bitch is a gangster, like you know. So she
Right,
like nah, like I can't have all that on my show. I want it to be positive and all of that. And I just like basically like confirmed to her like I wasn't coming on no bullshit. I'm coming to like put on for myself, put on for who I am. So
right.
she was like, all right, we're gonna give you a try. And then I went on the show, and then shit, everything took a turn.
Okay.
Everything.
Right. Before we get into the show and have things kind of twisted off, how was it working with Special K as an executive producer?
Um, I feel like the show wasn't her idea, so she didn't have as much heart, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So, but working with her like on the show and stuff, I feel like it could have been a lot more professional.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but other than that, she a cool person. I talked to her a little bit after the show, after we decided to leave the show alone. I talked to her, so she's a pretty cool person. So I would say she's smooth. She good.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was it working with the production in general, besides Special K, with the camera crew and all that?
It was horrible. Like it
It
was
was
horrible.
horrible.
When
Oh,
we
tell us
went,
about it.
when we went, like the first day, they took our phones from us. I felt like that was like freaky. And then we wasn't allowed to drive our personal cars, like unless we let the security drive it. And I wasn't comfortable with that.
Right.
So I just felt like it was unprofessional and like it wasn't. It could have been better. Like it could have been better, and it wasn't better. So
True.
it could have been better. It could have been a better experience for all of the girls. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like if anybody say they had a good experience, it's because they stayed all the way into season 2 when somebody else picked up the platform and made it better and was more organized. But as far as
Mm-hmm.
season 1, the first 3 days of filming was horrible. I never ever expected it to be like that at all.
Right. Okay, so let's get on into it. How did you prepare to go on to a reality show?
Shit, I got my bag up. And I came correct. I came slayed. I came ready to enjoy myself, and I had a big support team behind me. So it was just, I was just ready. Shit. And I know myself. I know that like, I just got a personality on me. So I was going to be good. I was going to fit right in.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you what was the first initial meeting that you guys had prior to the cameras actually starting?
We ended up meeting at this little food spot. And the first girls that I met was Hello Kitty and Pretty, and another girl that ended up not being on the show. So when we met up, we ended up signing contracts saying that we couldn't fight like for long. We couldn't like fight over like, personal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just basically like come in a house. If you bump heads with somebody, that's naturally gonna happen with a house full of 16 girls. So we was laid down the rules. We ate. We signed our contracts, and we was just waiting on a date to drop to start filming. So
Okay.
it was
After
pretty cool.
contract signing, how long did it take for them to give you guys a date to start filming?
After we signed the contracts, we like start filming within the next month or so.
Okay.
Yeah, so I originally was supposed to be a replacement for someone if they left the house. But then they ended up calling saying that some of the girls wasn't coming to the show at all, and they wanted me to be an original cast member, but I didn't make it to the photo shoot. I ended up making it to the park the next day. So
Okay.
that's when everything got crazy.
So before we get into that, did you know any of the girls prior to filming?
I didn't know any of the girls that was going to be in the house prior to filming. I just knew the girls off of social media. They had commented on a few of my posts. I commented on a few of their posts. But that was it. And the only 2 people that I really kept in contact before the show actually started was Hello Kitty and Pretty. So that's why we're cool like we're cool now. So
Right.
yeah.
Okay. So tell us about the part, which I know we all seen on the show. Tell us how that really went down because it was very much so choppy due to the editing. So tell us how
We
it
got
was.
to the park. I was one of the first girls to get to the park, and then the rest of the girls had ended up coming. And when the girls had came, we was sitting right there introducing ourselves to each other, getting our footage in or whatever. We had ended up, what did we do? Oh, the CEO, Special K, nobody was there yet. So we sat right there. We waited for like probably like an hour. Nobody was there. So we ended up going to go get drinks, you know. So we like let's turn it up a little bit. So we ended up going to go get drinks. The CEO ended up calling me because I was one of the girls with the car who took everybody to go get the drinks. So he called us and said like, "Oh, everybody needs to come back." So we're already on our way back, so that's cool or whatever. So we got there, and then as soon as we got there, security just surrounded me. So I already knew somebody had a problem, but I didn't know exactly who. Because I'm like, either somebody got a problem with me and they already told the show about it, or they're just being cautious because of my background, you know? So I didn't know. So I was just like, all right, security want to be close to me, shit, fuck it. It is what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So was it anything that happened prior to you guys showing up to the park that could have warranted that someone might have a problem or anything like that?
Nobody that was on the show. Like, we weren't told who was gonna be on the show. We were never supposed to know. We wasn't supposed to know who the other girls was, who they casted, no nothing. We were told not to even put it on the internet that we had been casted. So I didn't know that anybody that was coming, I would know, or anybody that was coming, I would have beef with. Because the one person that I thought I was gonna have beef with, that I thought was gonna get into the house, they ended up not even getting into the house. So it was like, it was nothing for me to worry about, or nothing for me to prepare for. So I let it just go how it went.
Right. So what happened from there?
So after we got back and the CEO and stuff was there, I had ended up seeing one of the girls that I knew outside of this show, and that was ET, of course. And I'm like, the security guard, like, oh, stay close to her. Told the other security guard. So I'm like, me and her don't got a problem. Like, we had a problem in the past when it came down to like a nigga issue, but like that ain't nothing. We done been around each other, like whatever. So I'm like, as she walking up, I'm calling her. I'm like, ET. She's ignoring me, like literally ignoring me. Just kept walking. Like, hold on, bitch. I'm not talking to myself. You feel me? So, bitch, now I gotta say your real name because obviously you want some other shit today. So I'm like, you serious? Like, you telling these people you got a problem with me? Like, you feel me? So instead of her saying anything, or instead of her like giving off the vibes like, oh, like let's fight, she threw a drink on me. So I'm like, oh, this bitch threw a drink. Like, oh, you want to fight? Like, okay, cool. It is what it is. So we ended up fighting after I threw the drink. The security broke it up. I feel like they should have let the fight just continue because that bitch threw a drink on me, you know? But they ended up breaking up the fight. When they broke up the fight, they ended up taking her up the hill. They ended up taking me to my car. I ended up changing because now my shirt is like fucked up. My, hair fucked up, whatever. So they ended up taking me to the car. So then the CEO and stuff was like, y'all wasn't supposed to fight. Y'all was supposed to have a conversation. But I'm like, I didn't even know this bitch was gonna be on the show. I didn't know me and this bitch would have a problem. And I didn't know this bitch, like, I didn't know nothing. You feel me? So I felt like it was blindsided, but it is what it is. I deal with bitches accordingly.
Right.
So that was that. We ended up fighting a couple of rounds at the park just because she kept talking. Like, she kept talking and she kept saying like little smart shit or whatever. So I just felt like, all right, we're gonna fight, and we're gonna fight all day because you already know me, I already know you. So we're gonna keep fighting. Like, it's not gonna be an end to it. But the CEO and Special K said if we kept fighting or we kept running up on each other, we wouldn't be able to stay like for the show because the show's not about fighting. They tried to make it seem like the show's about something else, but the show ended up being about fighting. So they should have had a ring with some gloves and told us, let's go. Like, you feel me? You didn't have to tell us we was coming, be pretty, be cute, be camera ready. Like, you should have just told us, you gotta fade when you get here, you gotta fade when you get here, and it would have went accordingly. But and as we're fighting, Bree and Messy Tip start fighting. So I'm
Right.
like, what the fuck is they fighting? Like, you feel me? But it ended up coming out they was fighting over a pair of scissors that had been taken and given back with an attitude. So I feel like that was dumb as fuck.
Right. Some
That was
scissors.
no point of fighting. That was just like some ignorant ass shit. You feel me? I feel like if you gonna fight over something that's like real or whatever. You feel me? Don't just fight over some petty ass bullshit.
Right.
But everybody wanted their camera time.
Right. Of
I didn't
course.
really too much care for it. I just wanted to be there for the fun and, just like the experience. You feel me? I didn't want to be
Mhm.
there like the main person, like, oh, she always in drama. She always in a fight. I didn't want to be known as that. I didn't want
Right.
to be known as that. I wanted to be known as the girl that, okay, when a problem came to her, she handled it, but she had fun. She had a good experience in this house. You feel me?
Hmm.
That's how I was coming. That's where my mindset was at. But my
Right.
mindset can change in 2.5 seconds if the wrong shit happens.
For real. So just to clarify, the situation that happened before you guys filming between you and ET has nothing to do with Instagram drama that's been going on, right?
No, it has nothing to do with Instagram. Her wallet got stolen. Um,
Mhm.
she felt some type of way about it for 5 minutes. Let it go because I know for a fact if she really felt some type of way about that wallet, she would have made it known and she would have got in contact or she would have got put in a position where me and her was face to face way before the show.
Mhm.
But she didn't do that. She wasn't really mad. She just felt like that was the perfect storyline for her to enter the show. I got drama with somebody that's going to be on your show. So let me tell y'all what this is, what the drama is, and maybe I could be an exciting part to your show, which was dumb because now you went on there and you fighting over dumb shit, and then now it has a history to it. So now when they look back at the history, they like, okay, yeah, she stole your wallet, but bitch, you been a fucked up friend. You been a snake bitch. She been should have beat you up, did all type of shit to you. Feel me? So stealing the wallet is petty compared to your trifling ass, you know?
Mhm.
But yeah, she wanted camera time, and I was the perfect candidate because I'm gonna give all the camera time you want. I'm gonna fight with you. I'm gonna argue with you. I'm gonna be petty with you. I'm gonna do all that, and I'm not gonna stop until you stop. And then I'm still not gonna stop because bitch, you already got me started. Like, duh. So that's just
True.
how I felt with her personally.
So any idea on who stole the wallet?
I took the wallet. I took the wallet. I took cash up out of it. I spent it. I ended up tossing the wallet. So I did take her wallet. I did tell her that I took her wallet when we were face to face. But bitch, I could have been had that energy with you and told you I took the wallet had you came at me the first time like that when the shit happened. You waited. You waited and waited and waited and waited and faked press lines, fake did all that. Like, yeah, you had a conversation with me and I denied it when it first happened. But if you felt or you got factual proof that it was me, I'ma come to you with it. Like you
Mhm.
said, we real friends. Like you said, we know each other. We know each other whereabouts. You had all opportunity. You chose to get on this camera and do some petty bullshit to try to get fame when you could have got fame a whole different way, baby girl.
True.
You
I
got the
feel that.
potential, right? So why didn't you use it? You used my potential in a storyline, like period. That's how I feel.
True. So, take us back into the story from there. After you guys were done fighting at the park, you guys did the hot pepper challenge, and after that, you went to the house party.
Yeah, so after we fought, we ended up having a conversation off camera. So we cried to each other, we talked, whatever, you feel me?
Mhm.
And she explained to me like she was hurt over the wallet, all the little shit had happened. We ended up doing the pepper challenge or whatever. We did the pepper challenge together. And then after the pepper challenge, we ended up going home that day. We never went to the house that day. We ended up going like home. So when we went
Mm.
home the next day, they gave us a location to meet, said that we would be entering the house. So I'm like, all
Mhm.
right, cool. So we ended up meeting at the location. It took a long time to get to the house. Trying to get 16 girls inside of a van without their phones was the hardest shit I know they had to do. That was the hardest shit because we looking like hell no, we not giving up our phones, but it was a safety concern, so I understood whatever. So from there, we ended up going to the house. When we got in the house, it was hot as hell in that house. We already could tell it was not enough room for 16 bitches. So somebody had to go. So that was the point that was gonna be proven way later on down the line. But we didn't even get to stay in the house that long to show what bitches really gonna get ran out the house. Cause they didn't do no running out the house. They didn't do that. They didn't get to that. They probably did it a little bit or tried to, but it would have been some real running up out the house. Cause 16 bitches can't stay here. So somebody gotta go.
True.
So it would have been like I'm saying, it would have been a better scene if shit was done correctly. But we ended up going to the house. Special K ended up calling like a group of us, like 3 or 4, and we would go pick our rooms first. So she ended up picking our groups. We went. We tried to go pick our rooms. At this point, I know it ain't enough rooms. I'm not claiming no room until we ready to go to sleep anyways. You feel me? So I wasn't really too much worried, but I'm like, I want to get a look at the house. I want to see what it looked like. I want to see the pool. I want to see everything. You feel me? I want to get a little good experience of it.
Right.
So we ended up going to go look at the rooms and stuff. And then they ended up saying that they got a complaint that it was too many people in the house. So that was flag number 1, red flag. Hold on. Y'all supposed to tell these people that y'all about to have a film production or whatever, and like let them know, like, or have a better location for us to go to instead of an Airbnb. Which in my head I was already like, an Airbnb, we getting kicked out. We getting kicked out. But I never knew that you can have an Airbnb where it's actually like production, and they'll let you do that. They'll let you have those extra people and stuff in the house. So we didn't know that.
More of a cost.
The owner of the house ended up letting them know that. So they knew they were learning as it was going. As it was going, they was learning. So we was the guinea pigs to this show. Season 1 was the guinea pigs. Because they didn't know if the show was going to make it big. They didn't know if they were going to actually get ratings or fans from the show. They didn't know that at first. Because if they did, in our contracts, it would have said how much we're getting paid. They would have knew. But they hadn't done this before. So in my head, I knew like some shit not gonna be right. It ain't gonna be right because you got a whole bunch of bitches from LA in one house. All different personalities, all different side of the tracks. So I already knew it was gonna be a problem. So Special K ended up saying that 5 of the girls could stay with like 2 or 3 security guards. And when she said that, I got mad. I got mad as hell. And you can see in one of the episodes, I got mad. I was like, so you're saying that some of us got to go home and only some of us can stay and do confessionals and record? Like, that's some dumbass shit. So some of the girls were like, oh, I know I'm staying. Like, no, bitch, we all got to go. Like, it's three children, 1 adult. They got cameras around this month. We gotta go. Like, y'all not understanding. We gotta go. And then y'all done drove us way out here to Timbuktu. We ain't got no car, and y'all still ain't giving us our phones back. Like, we're asking for our phones at this point because we getting kicked out. Now I'm ready to call my ride. My ride can come get me from here. Y'all ain't even gotta take me back to the location. My ride can come get me from here, and it could just be that. So it was just a lot of like unorganized, wasn't prepared for through everybody, because a lot of shit happened that we wasn't prepared for. So when they was getting kicked out the house and we ended up getting in cars and getting ready to go back to our cars and our location, it was like Special K was sad, everybody was sad, but it was 2 motherfuckers that wasn't sad. And that's because the night before, these bitches went out, and you know, when you just meet a group of bitches, you're not supposed to go and take them around your personal hangouts and all that. You're supposed to get to know a person first. So Bambi and Pressure end up going out the night before. So when they ended up going out the night before, I guess something happened to where Pressure felt like Bambi couldn't control her going outside. Like she couldn't control it. Like she went out, she was trying to ask Pressure to hold her purse. Pressure, like, you a grown ass woman, you know, like hold your own 10 toes. Like I'm right here, like you feel me, but I'm trying to enjoy myself. You enjoy yourself. I'm not your babysitter or none of that, you know? And I felt like Bambi was trying to make a friend where she should have took a little bit more time to get to know somebody first before you just go out with anybody, you know, because you never know what can happen. You don't know, none of us. We can be some scandalous people, you know. So they end up having some words in a van, and then when we got to the house, them words just kept going, and then they end up fighting and shit. Well, shit, they didn't even get to fight. Pressure kicked Bambi, and the security broke it up from there. It was no swings after that. And then, shit, we got kicked out the house. Well, we halfway got kicked out the house because we ended up pulling up at a gas station.
Right.
We ended up pulling up at a gas station, okay? And when we pull up to the gas station, Special K tell us, like, oh, we're going to get out and we're going to pump gas and ask for change, and we're going to donate this to we're going to give this to the homeless people. We can go cook for these homeless people.
Now she got y'all begging
on camera. For no homeless people. They do this on
after y'all got evicted from the Airbnb.
Like, what? We're not doing that. So a lot of us disagreed to do that. And we ended up going in the store for snacks, like me, Yari, Persuasion. All of us ended up going in the store getting snacks. So while we in there, I guess the girls still had animosity towards each other, but I'm not paying attention because I feel like my animosity with the bitch I had animosity with is done. The rest of you bitches, I mean, I don't have no head-on beef with y'all, but I mean, as long as you don't say nothing to me, you don't touch my shit, you don't do nothing to me, I won't do nothing to you. And that's just what it was. So I wasn't paying attention to everybody else's drama. But when we end up coming outside, we end up sitting right there, and we end up talking, eating our snacks and stuff, because ain't nobody pumping no gas, so we just sitting up here at the gas station at this point. So when we end up doing that, Pressure come outside, she started arguing with Bambi again, and then she threw noodles on Bambi, and then Bambi like instantly tried to like get off on her, and then they end up fighting, and then they had to break it up because we are in a neighborhood that is not our color or skin. They will call 911 as fast as possible when they see some rowdy people. So they end up breaking up the fight. We were supposed to leave from there and be ready to go home because we already got put out the Airbnb. It was time to go home. But Yari was in a van with me, another girl, I forgot her name, and we was all in the van, and she was going crazy. She like, at this point, I'm getting kidnapped. I want to go home. Not getting paid for this. Like, she was like, I want to fight anybody. She started popping off her nails. So we in the van telling her, like, who the fuck you talking to? Like, at this point, like, you know, started popping off her nails. And then next thing you know, we see Persuasion come over. And she like, what are you doing? Like, you fucking it up for everybody. You're doing weird shit. You're not being fun. You're complaining. You've been complaining since the park. So she was already fed up with her at the park. So she ended up saying, like, all right, well, get out the van. You know, she tried to tell her, get out the van, let's fight. But Yari didn't listen to that. She already popped off her nails, so she was more than ready. So she didn't listen to that. So then Persuasion got in the van, grabbed Yari, and then they just end up fighting. I was just like, damn.
Brutal fight.
The real fight, okay, of the day. Literally. They end up fighting, and Yari ended up locking us all out the van at one point. She ended up locking us out the van. She was not playing that. She didn't give a fuck about how we felt. She was in danger at that point. She felt abandoned because she didn't care. She wanted to go home, and nobody would take her home. Like, it was fucked up.
So how long did y'all actually stay at the gas station?
Huh?
How long were y'all actually at the gas station?
we had to be at the gas station for like at least 30, 40 minutes.
Oh, okay, not that long.
Yeah, we was at the gas station for like 30, 40 minutes. And all that transpired just because the day before was a problem. And really both days before it was a problem. Somebody was complaining, another person was doing some fuck shit at a party. So that's what happened with that.
True. So what happened next when you guys finally left the gas station?
When we left the gas station, we ended up pulling back up to the house. We end up going back to the house. But we still couldn't be there. So everybody was just basically trying to figure out where they gonna like go home, who was gonna stay. I was ready to go home. So I told the camera guys, that's where my stuff was. That's where all my clothing and all that was. I told them, can I get my shit? And can somebody take me home? And that's when everybody started rounding up. And we ended up going back to where we met up at to get our cars and stuff. And that was the end of that night.
Okay.
And then, yeah, that was the end of that night.
So what happened the next day, which was the final day for you, right?
The final day for me. I wasn't supposed to go the next day. I wasn't supposed to go. I was done with the show after the first day. I was really
Clearly.
I was done. I was starving. It took forever to get home. I felt like filming. It was no point. Like it was just fighting. Like it was burnt out. So I didn't want to go. But the girls end up getting in a group chat asking me like, "Oh, are you coming? We're going to the beach. We're gonna have fun today. Like, whoop, whoop, it's gonna be different. We got like it's more organized. The CEO like it's more organized. Just come." I'm like, "All right, cool." Go on my little bathing suit. Go back to the meeting spot. Get in the van. I park my car. I jump in the van. Get in the van. We ended up going to the beach. When we got out at the beach, nobody had any problems. Nobody said nothing to nobody. Nobody had any like animosity towards each other. So I'm like, all right, it might be a good day. We get to the beach. I don't see no tent. I don't see no tables. I don't see no food. I don't see nobody grabbing nothing out the car to supply us for the beach. Only person that grabbed something that was supplying us for the beach was Green Eyes with some liquor. But we all had our own liquor. We all had our own weed. We all had our own stuff. So that was nothing. We needed food. Like, I need the barbecue pit. I need the food. Like, we need to get down. We need to see who can cook the best ribs. Like, we need to have fun.
Right, that would have been a little cute challenge.
Yeah, so we was that's how I was thinking. You know, I'm like, damn, like we could do something, play a game, volleyball, football, something. We end up going there staring at each other. Wow. For like the first 10, 15 minutes, we were staring at each other. We looking at each other. We all looking around, nothing. Me, Pretty, and Hello Kitty, we end up sitting down. Now it's time to smoke. It's time to smoke. Mm-hmm. Let's drink some of this wine. Let's like get loose. Let's, try to enjoy ourselves. Mm-hmm. Sitting down right there, and TT and ET and all them walk up, and TT asks, Pretty, she like, you called us some square bitches.
Oh, here we go, this part.
She like, you called us some square bitches. In my head, I know what a square is. A square is somebody that don't hoe. So I felt like that was a compliment, calling you a square instead of a hoe. But maybe she took that the wrong way, like, oh, I'm not no buster, because sometimes you feel like that.
Right.
So Pretty like, I ain't call y'all no square bitches. Like, I ain't saying nothing about y'all, which I don't think she did. I never heard her say that, like it wasn't in our conversation and in our group right there, So I was like, just looking. So I'm like, she like, I didn't call y'all no square bitches. She like, so whatever you heard, it's a lie. And she like, I didn't hear it. Like, I didn't hear it. Like, I know it. Like, And Pretty felt defensive by that. She jumped up. She like got in stance mode. Like, like what's up? Mm-hmm. They started still arguing. Pretty called TT a bitch. They start fighting. When they start fighting, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, TT is big, like compared to Pretty. She's big. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, pretty trying to throw him, like, you feel me? But we in sand. Like, I'm mad that we're in sand because I'm like, we need to be on solid ground. Y'all don't fight at the beach, bitch.
Right.
We are in sand. Like, it's slipping, all that, like, in your hair. I was irritated. I'm like, they needed to find something to have excitement. But trying to find a fight is not having excitement. If anything, you should have came over there twerking or let's turn up or where the like let's walk the beach, let's go find the niggas or whatever the case may be, you know? Y'all came over there on bullshit. So it just made it bullshit. Like, y'all wanna fight all the bitch, this ain't the boxing ring for South Central baddies. We supposed to be showing we some bad bitches. They didn't want to show that. And they mad because the bitches that wanted to show that, y'all mad at. We wanted to enjoy ourselves. Y'all wanted to come in there like y'all was in WWE and UFC and shit like that. You bitches ain't getting paid for none of this. So it was irritating. It was irritating me and my friends. So we were bothered, you know? Right. So after that, we ended up fighting. We ended up getting in a van. They ended up taking us to a park. They said that we were going to do an obstacle course and stuff like that. So we could have did the obstacle course at the beach. We didn't have to go to a park to do no obstacle course it looked like it was an abandoned park for a second. So we ended up getting there. They setting up the obstacle course. We're trying to get some camera footage now because it's a little bit backwards or whatever. Mm-hmm. So we end up me and TT end up doing like a scene where we're talking to each other or whatever about the show and stuff, some of the girls. And then after that, I end up trying to take a cigarette break. But before we got out the van, Special K told us to leave all our stuff in the van because we're at a park. Where the fuck you gonna take your stuff, you know? Right. So we leave all our stuff in the van. So that's where my cigarettes was. So I ended up going to the van. But when I went to the van, I didn't see like my wallet where I left it. So I'm like, when I got out the van, Special K purse was right there. So I just threw my wallet right there. You know, I threw it right there. So I knew it was right where the fuck I left it. Right. So I get back in there. I'm like, damn, the wallet is not here. So I'm like, damn. I go ask the security. I'm like, where's Special K or whatever? I go over to Special K. I'm like, Special K, my purse was by your purse and it's not in the van. She like, huh? Like, I'm like, it's not in the van. She like, where the security? I'm gonna get the key for the van. I'm like, I already looked in the van. It's our purse not in the van. Like, you know, I need my cigarette. So she not listening. She moving fast. So she asking everybody for a key. I'm like, the van already open, you know? So right. She asked everybody for a key. She finally get to the last security guard. The security guard give up the key to the van. We go over to the van. Now we over to the van. She looking in the van. She like, my purse not in here. Like, I'm like, I'm getting ready to walk off. I'm like, I just told your motherfucking ass the shit is not in there. So I'm getting ready to walk off. So as I'm walking off, it's two guys walking up. And they put a gun to her face and a gun to my face. And they tell us to take everything off. Special K. Are
you like, serious?
Yes. Special K still standing right there on top of the van, like finna go down to the second step to get out the van. She's sitting right there with her chain like this. She like, please, like, stop, you know? Like, no, y'all don't have to.
In broad daylight? Like, oh my God.
She like, I got kids. Like, y'all don't have to do this. I'm sitting over there like the dude trying to, like, you know, he got me like this. I'm like, damn, like, you feel me? So after that, they got what they got. They ran off. We tried to signal the cast members from behind the van. Nobody seen us. Nobody paying attention. So Special K ended up jumping in the driver's seat of the van, ended up pulling up to all the cast members. I ended up flagging them down. I'm like, come on. They jump in the van. I'm like, we just got robbed. Like, they like, what? Bitch, none of my chains are on my neck. We just got robbed. So we end up everybody end up flying off. So when they're flying off, I'm thinking we're going to see a car because it's a long road. I'm thinking we're going to see a car or something. We see nothing. They move fast. Mm-hmm. So we end up pulling up to a gas station. Now we at the gas station. I get my phone. I'm calling my people, letting them know, like, what just happened to me. So I'm, like, walking around. I'm crying, I'm irritated, I'm on the phone, I'm telling my people what just happened to me. I'm telling them my wallet gone too. My keys is in there, everything in there. Like I can't even if they take me to my car, I can't even get in my car and like pull off. I can't do none of that. So as I'm getting off the phone to walk back over to the group now and check on Special K or whatever, Bree like, oh, this bitch fake and her tears. Fuck them tears, woo. I'm like, bitch, what? So I take off on her. Boo, take off on her. So now they break it up. She try to run back up. We fight again. Now, Mara come out of nowhere and she trying to fight me. I'm like, what the fuck? So she trying to fight me, but they break us up from Bree. So now she trying to fight me. We go over or whatever. I'm going over to the car. She try to fight me. Boom, she steady talking like, you too big for her. You too big for her. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. Like, you feel me? She was talking to me. You feel me? She like, oh, you too big for her. So she ended up standing on the car and jumping off and trying to swing on me. So I got my phone in my hand. So I'm like, I'm not letting this motherfucker go. Because I done had fights where I let my phone go and the phone is gone. So I'm going to hit this bitch with my phone and my hand. So I'm just trying to hit this bitch with both. You feel me? I'm like, bitch, you going to feel this phone. Bitch, you going to feel this bitch. You feel me? So she ended up pulling my hair like everybody always do. So they ended up breaking up that fight. Bree tried to run up in that fight, but they grabbed her enough in time or whatever. So they ended up breaking us up from the fight. They end up putting me in the car because now my stuff ripped up. Like, I ain't got no extra shirt, you feel me? But I still won't phase. Like, I still want to fight. So I'm like, when we get back to where we dropped off our cars at, I'm going to run up on this bitch, Mar and Bree. I'm going to run up on him again. I'm like, all right, cool. But I had already called my friend, told her that and told her that my car was stuck on the parking structure and I needed like a AAA or something like that. So she was like, all right, I'm going to go and I'm going to call or whatever. And I'm going to be there when you get to the place. So when we go, boom, we pull up. The security ended up taking me back to my car. So we pull up. The van not there with the rest of the girls. Special K's in the van with the girls. She's driving the girls. All the rest of the cast members. So we get to the parking structure or whatever. I'm sitting there waiting now because I got to wait on AAA, telling how long they finna take. No, nothing. So I'm just sitting there, So I end up seeing the van pull up. So now I'm ready. I'm ready. Like, as soon as the people I won't get off, like, it's on and cracking. So they pull up. Special K stopped the van before she can even get to me. She stopped. Like, she seen me standing right there. She stopped. So then I'm like, damn, she go the long way. I'm like, all right, cool. Go the long way, the short way, you could go the yellow brick road. When you stop this van, I'm getting cracking. So she ended up coming around, stopping the van. Everybody getting out. I see Hello Kitty get out. I see everybody else get out. Mara, the last one to get out. I'm like, ooh. I'm like, all right, good. It's time. As soon as she get out the van, we fight. Boom. Start fighting. Ooh. My homegirl not liking how the fight going, so Mara had to get touched up a few times. You feel me? Boom. So I'm like, well, it wasn't even that she didn't even like how the fight was going. You already jumped me, so we don't really care how the fight was going. You gonna get touched by multiple people now, So the security ended up breaking it up, like, no, I don't jump her. My homegirl, like, no, they jumped her. Like, they jumped her. Y'all not understanding, they jumped her, And then as I'm looking at the video now, I see that the big security guard was choking me as I'm fighting. She choking me.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, damn, like, if I would have just, if my adrenaline wasn't running so fast and I was able to replay all this stuff when we was back on the parking structure, it would have been more ass whoopings than ass whoopings allowed at the time. Like, because they had me fucked up. Like, they had me fucked up. Everybody thought that I was a part of the robbery. It came out later on that I wasn't a part of it. It wasn't even my people. It wasn't nothing. I still don't got my stuff. I ended up staying on that parking structure till about midnight, waiting on a damn tow truck. Special K and Green Eyes end up pulling up on the parking structure. They like, Green Eyes like, until this moment, I really thought you had something to do with it. I'm like, Bitch, you think I'm gonna be sitting on this parking structure all night? My car
Right.
is still right here. You think I'm gonna be sitting here all night if I had some? I'm gone. My car is gone. I would have been gone. My car is still sitting right here waiting on the security sitting right there. Everybody can tell you I'm sitting right there. Like, I'm right there. I haven't went nowhere. I really got robbed. Y'all really went back into this Airbnb with some false information in y'all heads. You know? And I was just mad. I was angry. And I was hurt by it, you know? Because I'm like, damn, like, even like Isaiah, like, you didn't reach out. You didn't come check on your cast member. You brought me to this show. I signed a contract with you and Special K. So y'all supposed to make sure I'm okay after what just happened. I just got jumped. I just got robbed. All of that. It took y'all some time to realize that I wasn't in the wrong in none of it. But at that moment, y'all should have just, like, seen if I was okay. Y'all didn't make sure I was okay. But y'all wanted me to come back and do confessionals. Y'all wanted me to come back and speak about the show. I didn't want to. I'd rather speak about it on my own time, on my own terms. Because I'm not coming back doing confessionals. I'm not coming back doing no more camera footage with you guys. Now the camera footage will be my camera footage. Now the time will be my time. Because y'all didn't care about me. Y'all didn't care that of what happened. Y'all blamed it on me. Because I was the easiest to blame at the time. Because it was all of y'all. That wasn't okay. That was not okay. So I just felt like overall, I wouldn't fuck with that show again because they came unprofessional. And y'all had so many risks just by casting people from LA. Y'all should have been prepared, and y'all was not. So how could you expect somebody to come back? Me still promoting y'all show on my Instagram should be enough. That should be enough. That should be enough. Y'all should be like, you know what? That girl, she went through it. And I understand why she don't want to come back and do no fucking confessionals. Because what am I going to talk about? My hurt, my pain? Like, no, that's stupid. That's dumb. So I ended up not doing no confessionals. Even the days that I was like, you know what? I'm going to still go do the confessional. I'm going to still fuck with the show. Because it's going to be positive in the end for me. I'm like, fuck that. Hell no. Because when I came to the show, I came correct. Everything got taken. Why would I come back not the same way I came the first time? That's not even making no sense. No, I don't trust y'all now. No, it's over with. And y'all didn't look out. Y'all didn't even like check on me afterwards of what happened, but y'all want me to come do confessionals? Like, no. Right. Not gonna do it. So yeah.
Oh wow. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Even Special K didn't try to vouch for you when she was right there when, like, the robbing happened.
She didn't know. Like, she didn't know. At the time, she did not know. I had a clue, but I didn't know for sure neither. So it's not like I could give her proof. I couldn't give her nothing. So she like, shit, bitch, you stole a wallet. Like, now in her head, she like, bitch, you a thief. You been stealing for years. Like, not even knowing me and this bitch got history. Shit didn't happen, and I don't feel bad for taking her wallet. Simple. But I'm not gonna just come on here and jeopardize. I already know y'all looking at me to be that person, so why would I come be that person?
Right.
You know, that's how I feel. But she didn't know at the time, but now she know, and that's why we have a mutual understanding, a mutual respect, because she know that I came to do a job, and that job wasn't done because of what happened.
Right.
But I came prepared. I came with a positive mindset, with an open mind to what could happen or what's gonna happen. You know. So, yeah.
So were there anything that you wish you could have commented on or did a confessional on?
All of them. All of them with me in it. All
okay. Of them. Well, this is your time now. You can speak on any specific situation if you want to give us. Give us a lot of background info, but
I just want to let the world know that I came to do my job. The scenes that was with me in it, I was pretty. And I also want people to know, right? Because I seen Bree had made a little Instagram or whatever, and she called my body sloppy. I was 2 months postpartum when I came to that show, baby. 2 months. My baby is only 9 months. You don't even know the real CC, baby. I'm snatched, bitch. You feel me? That's what I want them to know, you know? But as far as like some of the scenes, like mainly just at the beach and stuff, or with me and ET and stuff, I just want them to know that when it come down to a fight, you gonna get your hair pulled, you gonna get your wig snatched, you gonna get a scratch and all that. But as long as you fight, it don't matter what happens during the fight. It don't matter as long as you fight. You know, she didn't drop me. I'm not getting dragged through the grass. You took my wig and dirtied it up, and I bossed back up on you the next day with the same wig. So you didn't do nothing. And then when it comes to certain people on the cast of me fighting Mara Bree, like Mara had said the other day on Instagram, like, oh, she fought me because her wallet came up missing that same day. Fuck you and your wallet, you're lying. And if your wallet did come up missing, it wasn't me, or it had nothing to do with me. You only fought me because you felt like Bree was small and getting her ass beat out there, and you wanted to see where my hands was at with you. And that's all you had to say, that you wanted to fight me, and we could have fought. You didn't have to don't try to get on Instagram now, a whole year later, and make it seem like, oh, I stole from you. Bitch, stop trying to use the same storyline as ET, because it's not working. It's not working. It's not. Sorry, it's not. I had no reason to steal from nobody when I came to that show. Did y'all see me? Did you see me?
Yeah, I saw you on the show,
you
but
see
I
me? You see me because I see me too. So I damn sure I know they see me. So it's like, baby girl, I could have gave you whatever you had stolen, but bitch, I had it stolen too. So what the fuck? Like, come with something new, come with something better, and come with it at the reunion if they allow me to come, because whew.
You haven't been asked yet?
I have. I've been given a date. I've been given a time, but now the date has changed. So
it was supposed to have been this weekend, right?
It was supposed to be May 2nd. Now they're giving me May 7th. So I don't know, but whatever date they give, I'll be there. Most definitely. I'm not gonna miss it for nobody. So
any words for any of the girls before we get to the reunion? Because I mean, if you have anything to say to them, you might as well just save it to the end. But anything you want to let them know before we get there?
Anybody that want to be a follower that day, you better follow the right way, because I'm fighting any and everybody that tried me. I'm not stopping. It's gonna go viral. And I would just ask that everybody stay in their own lane and in their own problems, because I only have a real problem with one person. But 5 bitches can get slapped for that one person. Which, I mean, that's been proven already. So they can try it if they want to. I'm not scary. I'm gonna fight. So they could try it. They could think that one fight is gonna mean that fight gonna go the same way as the other fight if they want to. That's the worst mistake you will make. But I feel like we gonna have fun as long as nobody try it.
True.
As long as nobody try it. That's it. Shit. I feel like Green Eyes is fake as hell, for sure. Ooh. I feel like she's
Tell
fake.
us about that in your relationship with Green Eyes.
I feel like she's fake as hell. You came on that parking structure and you seen for yourself that I was good, or whatever the case may be. You seen for yourself, and you still went back to the house the next day at that pool party, and I seen on Bree Live that you said you blocked me on Instagram. But I feel like you was only saying that because you was scared. Because when you was on a parking structure, you was nice as hell. You could have got touched that night. Let you have came with the energy you came with on Instagram the next day saying you blocked me. So I feel like she fake as fuck. And yeah, everybody else I don't really know or have a problem with. Shit. And that's it. The
Okay, that's
bitches know who
fair.
to be ready for.
You said what?
They know who to be ready for.
Okay, they're letting it be known on Instagram.
Hello.
So, with this experience being your first time in reality TV, and it wasn't really as productive or positive as you wanted to, would you give it another shot once you know where it's moving forward?
Hell yeah. I would definitely
Okay.
give it a shot with another platform. Only
Okay, have you
because
been
I know
applying for
I can
anything?
bring more to the table than what this platform allowed me to.
Okay. Have you been applying for any of the shows that's coming up?
Not these little shows on Zeus and stuff. Like I've been going to I'm trying to do something else. I'm trying to really be on something that's like worth the time and actually on television. Like I haven't been like applying for like big legs and stuff because it's all the same people. I need something
Mhm.
a bigger platform for sure. Like I need a
Right.
bigger platform. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely not that.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been watching them though. I like some of these shows. I feel like some of these shows is professional and I should give it a try. But I just don't like the scenery of it. Like I need the show to have a point
Right.
because I need when I actually go big for everything that I did. I want it to be building up to something. I don't need it to just be drama, drama, drama. Hell no. I need some
Mhm.
Queen Latifah shit. Like some
Right.
real shit.
Okay, I feel you.
So yeah.
So
You
what's
ready?
yes, we'll definitely be staying tuned and keeping watch. But
Yeah,
tell us
stay
what's
tuned.
next for CC.
What's next is my birthday is coming up May 24th.
Okay.
Also, also, I do have another interview, but it's with Zeus.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, they finally emailed me back and I'm gonna have a little interview with them. I don't know what it's for. I know that I did reach out to them when I seen like a one more chance audition, but now I'm in a relationship, so I can't do that.
Right. He
I'm gonna
wasn't
see
looking
what
for
they talking
nobody
about,
anyway.
and I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed because like I said, I want to be on a bigger platform. So hey,
True. Okay, well, congratulations on this. I
thank
hope you
you,
have success with it. Tell us if you have anything coming up besides your birthday. Happy early birthday. I'll
thank
reach back
you.
out when it's on your birthday, but do you have any other projects or anything that you watch stay tuned in on?
Just stay tuned to me. My growth in life is gonna show. It's gonna
Amen to
show.
that.
It's gonna show. That's all you gotta do is pay attention.
Yes, definitely. Well, tell the viewers and anybody that'll tune into this video how they can find you.
The one they love to hate. That's my Instagram. You can find me there. If you want to really find me, you can find me on Cash App. No,
For real.
if you really
Post
want to
it in
find
your
me,
story. I bet they'll send you something.
yeah. But the one they love to hate, that's me. It's your girl CC.
Okay.
All
Any
right.
last minute things you want to tell us about the show? Any more details that we didn't get? Any more comments you want to say?
I think I got. I think I got my point across tonight.
You definitely did. It's more understanding, and I see where you're coming from and totally understand. Because it was just like that whole great part was left out. I feel like that night when Special K went live, when it wasn't no episode, he should have let us know that. That would have been a perfect time. Like you
Yep.
said, he didn't really know either. He didn't want to comment.
Yep.
That's
And
trash.
they know they gonna know after seeing this interview not to judge a book by its cover or off of one
Definitely so.
situation. Like they gonna know. Like just get to know somebody. And I'm really cool. We would have never been friends if I wasn't a good bitch. You gotta
Okay.
think about that.
Let them know again.
Hmm.
Well, thank you so much, Miss CC. I'm glad I was able to help you tell your story and get your point across.
Thank you, baby.
No problem. Anytime you want to come back, just let me know. You always welcome.
Okay, love.
Okay, enjoy your night. Have
You
a
too.
couple shots in Vegas for me.
Man, I'm gonna have a couple shots because it's draft week.
Yes. Turn up, turn up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go, you guys. CeCe has told us her story, and it's very valid. So until next time, Monday we have Miss Marmar, and that's gonna close out my chats with South Central Baddies. I think we gathered a lot of tea and a lot of the missing scenes before the reunion they filming. Now it was supposed to be in the second, which I think was Monday. Now it's pushed back a week. So in the meantime, stay tuned. Make sure before you leave, you like, subscribe, and share with a friend or two or three or four or five. And make sure you follow me on Instagram too at Man Williams. Thanks again, you guys. Until next time.